Welcome to the Onchain MAXI, your ultimate guide to demystifying the exciting world of cryptocurrency. We believe crypto is the most misunderstood asset class we have today. In fact, many call it the Wild West. Our mission is to empower newcomers with cold, hard truths that few in the crypto world are willing to share, giving you the knowledge and confidence to navigate this revolutionary space and build generational wealth. Just like the internet in the 90s, crypto is in its early, chaotic phase. Back then, businesses rushed online, leading to the infamous .com bubble, and we all know how that ended. But once the dust settled, a few giants like Amazon, eBay, and Google emerged, reshaping the digital world. Crypto is following a similar path. The noise is loud, and while 90% of projects may fail, the real opportunities are just beginning, waiting for those who know where to look. At the Onchain MAXI, we aim to identify the future leaders of the crypto space, the ones that will survive and thrive when today's bubble bursts. By exploring the core technologies behind crypto, we'll uncover the projects with true long-term value as the internet continues to evolve. It has been quite a journey which started with the static pages of Web 1, then we moved to the interactive user-generated content of Web 2, now the blockchain-powered Web 3. But there can be no doubt that the evolution of the internet is very evident. As we migrate to this third iteration of the World Wide Web, we strongly believe this provides an opportunity to create wealth, as well as a fairer, more efficient society. From breaking down complex concepts into simple terms to exploring the real-world impact of the blockchain, we're here to show you how this technology is shaping the future, helping us move from this age of broken trust to an age driven by digital truth. Through this beginner's series, you will learn the important components of building Web 3, how to get started in cryptocurrency with self-custody, and finally, how to navigate the cryptoverse safely and securely to create a passive income and secure your future. In this first session, we're diving into the foundations of this asset class, the blockchain. By the end of this video, you'll understand its importance and how it's already shaping our future in more ways than you may realize. Okay, there's a lot to unpack, so let's dive straight in. What exactly is a blockchain? For a start, it's one of the foundational technologies of Bitcoin and is responsible for much of Bitcoin's fundamental value. From a technical perspective, think of it as a digital ledger, like a notebook that records transactions. But here's the twist. This ledger isn't stored in one place. Instead, it's decentralized, meaning copies of it exist on thousands of computers, called nodes, all around the world. Every time someone adds new information, like a transaction, it's grouped into a block. That block is linked to the one before it, forming a chain, hence the name, blockchain. Like the internet, these blocks have evolved into what we now call smart contracts. These smart contracts have enabled the creation of fully on-chain digital applications with no reliance on big tech. We'll dive deeper into smart contracts in the next volume of our series, but for now, remember, the blockchain is the glue that holds it all together. This system is built on three principles: transparency, immutability, and decentralization. Together, they solve several societal problems inherent in Web 2 related to trust, security, and control. First, let's look at transparency. Everyone on the network can see the ledger. Transparency ensures that all participants in the system have equal access to the same information. The real-world problems this level of transparency helps solve are corruption and fraud, meaning institutions can't easily hide illicit activities or alter digital records. Also helps with supply chain integrity, providing consumers with the ability to track products from origin to final sale, ensuring ethical sourcing and authenticity. As we move away from the age that relies on trust to these systems of digital truth, people won't need to trust a central authority. They can verify the data themselves. Next on the list is immutability. Once data is added, it can't be changed or deleted. Data reliability is crucial. Immutability guarantees accuracy and accountability, meaning financial records, election votes, and legal documents cannot be secretly altered. Land titles, medical records, or academic certificates remain accurate over time, free from forgery or data manipulation. And last but by no means least, we have decentralization. No single person or company controls the system. Centralized systems are vulnerable to manipulation and is a single point of failure. Decentralization distributes control among many participants, making the system more secure and resilient. This protects you from institutional control because they can't manipulate or confiscate your data unfairly. Democratized control means all decisions can potentially be made collectively by the users, leading to a fair and transparent governance model. It's important to understand what blockchain technology truly brings to the table. This is what differentiates Web 2 from Web 3 and where the real value of crypto lies. Transparency, immutability, decentralized governance, democratized control, true digital ownership, and tokenization are just some of the powerful features that blockchain enables. These qualities are why many industry experts believe that on-chain will soon become the new online. However, it's crucial to recognize that not all blockchain projects are built the same. Many public blockchains embrace most, if not all, of these core features, offering full transparency and, in some cases, putting changes to operational rules to a community vote. On the other hand, private blockchains, especially those developed by governments and corporations, tend to selectively adopt only the aspects of blockchain that maintain control over the users, often sacrificing decentralization and user empowerment in the process. As more assets, contracts, and transactions move on-chain, the internet shifts from being just a network of information to a network of ownership and value exchange. This transition is as big as the invention of the internet itself back in the late 90s, changing how we interact with money, assets, businesses, and communities. The blockchain isn't just technology used to create Bitcoin, it's a paradigm shift and has already been adopted across various industries. We already see notable examples of this in industries like financial services. JP Chase developed its own blockchain platform, Quorum, to facilitate secure and efficient interbank transactions. State Street and BlackRock are exploring tokenization of financial assets, including bonds and money market funds, to enhance trading efficiency and reduce operational risks. In supply chain management, Walmart utilizes blockchain to track the provenance of products, enhancing food safety and supply chain transparency. De Beers implemented blockchain to trace the journey of diamonds from mine to retail, ensuring authenticity and ethical sourcing. Even travel and hospitality, Singapore Airlines launched a blockchain-based loyalty program, KrisFlyer, allowing customers to digitally manage and utilize their miles. These examples illustrate the diverse applications of blockchain technology, driving innovation and offering solutions to traditional challenges that can't be fixed on Web 2 infrastructure. This was highlighted in 2023 when a shocking data breach shook the DNA testing world. 23andMe, the popular genetic testing company, was hacked. Millions of users' sensitive genetic data, names, ancestry details, and even potential health risks were exposed on the dark web. This wasn't just any cyber attack. It was a stark reminder of the vulnerabilities in centralized data storage. Hackers exploited weak user passwords in a credential stuffing attack, gaining access to over 7 million genetic profiles. The stolen data included information about people's heritage, familial connections, and even predispositions to diseases. The implications: identity theft, genetic discrimination, and irreversible privacy violations. Now, imagine if 23andMe had built its system on a blockchain-powered identity and data storage solution. Unlike centralized databases, where a single breach can expose millions, blockchain operates on a decentralized, encrypted ledger. Each individual could control their own genetic data through self-sovereign identity solutions, only sharing it with verified parties when necessary. Here's how blockchain could have stopped the 23andMe breach. 1. Decentralization. Instead of a single hackable database, encrypted genetic data would be distributed across a blockchain network. 2. Zero-knowledge proofs. Users could prove their ancestry or genetic traits without revealing raw DNA data. 3. Smart contracts. Secure access controls would ensure only authorized parties could use the data and only with user consent. 4. Immutable audit trails. Any access or change would be permanently recorded, making unauthorized access detectable and preventable. The 23andMe breach proved that traditional centralized databases are outdated and vulnerable. With the blockchain, we have a path to shift from weak, hackable data silos to secure, user-controlled data sovereignty. The future of data privacy is in our hands, and this is just the beginning. Adoption will only accelerate, and not just by large corporations, but governments too. Governments worldwide are increasingly looking to move away from Web 2 infrastructure. Many are currently transitioning toward Web 3 and blockchain-powered solutions. This shift is driven by the need for national security. Governments rely heavily on cloud computing, data storage, and AI infrastructure owned by US tech giants like Amazon Web Services, Google Cloud, and Microsoft Azure. 70% of the world's data is controlled by these three companies. This dependency is now seen as a risk. Governments now realize the importance of data localization, ownership, and control. For example, in 2020, the US cut off Huawei from accessing key technology, showing how reliance on foreign infrastructure can be a strategic weakness. Governments are desperate for sovereign cloud solutions, local data centers, and decentralized storage, but they also want to maintain control, like the European Union, who are investing heavily in the polarizing project Gaia-X, a decentralized and sovereign alternative to a big tech cloud. But this system has one major inherent flaw: its governance model. All control sits with select members of the EU Parliament. In many cases, changes to the platform are enforced by people who weren't democratically voted into power, nor are those changes transparent, making it a political system of control. Another advantage of building on the blockchain is reducing cybersecurity threats and hacks. Centralized Web 2 platforms store massive amounts of user data in single locations, making them prime targets for cyber attacks. The North Korean Lazarus Group have conducted a series of these lucrative hacks in recent years, providing billions that is said to be used to fund their nuclear program, escalating tensions with the US over what's being called state-sponsored cyber terrorism. The latest, and by far the largest of these hacks by the Lazarus Group, was the recent Bybit hack, where they were able to steal $1.5 billion in the crypto coin, Ethereum. These funds were intercepted on a multi-signature wallet, which uses Web 2 infrastructure for the interface, further highlighting the need to build fully on-chain digital applications. You may have noticed an increase in high-profile hacks in recent years, and with the growing potential of AI, this will only get worse. With worldwide IT spend expected to grow by 8.3% in 2025, reaching $5.4 trillion, governments around the world are starting to understand how the blockchain can solve problems related to Web 2 infrastructure and are taking action. Countries like Estonia already use blockchain for government records, healthcare identification, and voting systems. Dubai are building a blockchain-powered government ecosystem for security and transparency. If institutions are adopting this technology for data sovereignty and control, maybe you should be thinking about ways to do the same. Blockchain technology is the foundation upon which most cryptocurrency projects are built. It offers a rare opportunity to break free from big tech's vice-like grip, enabling real ownership, security, and immutability of our data and assets. Yes, the space has its fair share of bad actors, but crypto isn't the villain mainstream media makes it out to be. At its core, it's a meaningful upgrade to what we already have in Web 2. And just like in the early days of the internet, and even today, there will always be those who use powerful tools with bad intentions. Web 3 is about unlocking the superpowers of blockchain. But remember, this paradigm shift is disruptive to the establishment. Those in power are using blockchain's capabilities selectively to tighten their grip on you and your data, all while maintaining the illusion of innovation. Always remember, question everything, do your own research. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Our goal is to educate you about cryptocurrency and its importance to Web 3. We strive to dispel the misconceptions fueled by misinformation, presenting both its true potential and the realities. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And that's it from us today on this first volume. If you're keen to learn more, check out Blockchain Basics by Daniel Drescher it's perfect for beginners. You can also explore YouTube channels like Ivan on Tech or Andreas Antonopoulos. Even the older content is still relevant and packed full of insights. In our next volume of the series, we'll explore the birth of Bitcoin and why many call it digital gold. Hopefully, we will see you again soon.